morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're tuning into this channel across the world. Welcome to Afri's Concept TV, and thank you for tuning into this channel. The news headline: Nnamdi Kanu, Legãl team storms DSS headquarters today. Once again, you're welcome to today's news, and thank you for tuning into this channel. Kindly listen to the end. The news details. About 72 hours after being set free by the Abuja division of the Court of Appeal, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, is still being held in the custody of the Department of State Services. The Punch learnt on Sunday. But senior counsel for Kanu and lead counsel for the IPOB, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, said the legal team would be formally approaching the DSS headquarters on Monday with the enrolled order of courts and judgments of the Court of Appeal, which would be available for immediate compliance. While citing legal authorities, it said the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu, which was his fundamental and constitutionally guaranteed right, could not be stayed should the government and its security agencies refuse to release Kanu. It said far-reaching extant legal remedies, including reporting Nigeria to international agencies, would be activated to ensure immediate compliance with the court order. Ejiofor said this in an interview with Punch in Abuja. The Punch reported that the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division, had on Thursday freed Kanu of terrorism and treasonable felony charges preferred against him by the federal government. The three-member panel of justices of the appellate courts had, in the judgment, set aside the judgments of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which quashed 8 of 15 counts charged preferred against Kanu. The appellate court, in the unanimous judgment delivered by Justice Oludotu Adefope-Okoji, declared as illegal and unlawful the abduction of Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria and quashed the entire 7 charges retained by the trial court against him on the ground that the federal government breached all local and international laws in the forceful rendition of Kanu to Nigeria, thereby making the terrorism charges against him incompetent and unlawful. But Ejiofor, who expressed optimism that Kanu would be out of prison today, Monday, advised the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, to do the needful by obeying the court order. He said, "It has been my position that the federal government has a right to appeal to the Supreme Court, which is a constitutionally guaranteed right. But the only impediment to the exercise of that right is that the federal government must first of all comply with the order of the learned justice of the Court of Appeal, which discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and prohibited further indictment or commencing any fresh criminal charge against him. It is a settled law, as has been held by the Supreme Court in plethora of cases, including the Apex Court's decisions in the case of Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu versus Lagos State Government, that an appellant will not be in contempt of an order of a lower court and approach the Supreme Court in search of equitable remedies to stay execution. It is more so when, by the effect of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, under reference, emphatically set aside the order of the lower court and the frivolous charge which had hitherto legitimized his detention from June 29, 2022, They are now terminated and became extinct on October 13th, 2022. The federal government is yet to file any appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal as at today. But as I had earlier stated, the federal government must first of all obey the order of the Court of Appeal and release Nnamdi Kanu, who has been discharged by the Court of Appeal, before challenging the judgment before the Supreme Court. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Kenya 2021 and brought to Nigeria to face trial. And he actually faced trial, and then the Abuja Court of Appeal released him after he was taken to court. They released him and they asked him to go. But the DSS has actually not still even after the court asked Nnamdi Kanu to be released, the DSS has still held him in custody. They didn't allow him go. So 72 hours after the Court of Appeal actually set him free, the senior counsel for Kanu and lead counsel for IPOB, Ejiofor, has actually said he's going to formally approach DSS on Monday, because the court already gave order that he should be released. So why then are they not releasing him? Is it that they are trying to show that they are above the law, or what? Because the court gave an order already, you have to follow the order and not even if you are going to say something else later, but at first you follow the order, then you can now say something else later. So he said that the release, Ejiofor said the release of Nnamdi Kanu is actually constitutional and fundamental to his rights, and it has to be done because Kanu was illegitimately arrested and brought to Nigeria, and also detained in the DSS custody. So he said the government and the security agents should release Kanu, since the court has already said that he should be released. So what are they waiting for? Again, what are they waiting for? He was charged for terrorism and treasonable felony charge against him. He was charged by the federal government, but now everything has been cleared. The Court of Appeal has actually cleared him of everything he's charged, and he has been freed, asked to go. He has been asked to go, but DSS is not releasing him. They are not allowing him go. Like, why are they treating this man like he's a criminal, of which he is not? Why are they making him look like he's a criminal and committing a lot of offense? Why he's not? So the Ejiofor said if the DSS and federal government refuse to release Nnamdi Kanu, that is going to report to international bodies, that it will let them know that Nnamdi Kanu has been freed from charges, but they are not letting him go, and it's going to let them know that it is not constitutional and it's tampering with his fundamental rights. So what's your view concerning this news? Kindly share your view in the comment section, and don't forget to like and share, and also click on the subscribe button to subscribe and the bell for more updates. Thank you for listening to the end.